Hey guys, welcome back to Soulback Sports, and I'm still back with another video. And today I'm going to do a tier list and ranking the 2024-2025 QBs. But before we get into today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and it really helps me create content like this for you guys. And we're almost at 500 subscribers, so if you don't mind, please subscribe. It really means a lot to me and the channel. And let's get on with the video. So we're going to start with the top 5. Or actually, you know what? Let's start with the rookies first. Rookies, let's get that out of the way. Let's see. Okay, Michael Penix Jr., Caleb Williams from the Chicago Bears, J.J. McCarthy, did I miss any? Oh, Jake May, Spencer Rattler. Oh, what the heck? Spencer Rattler, Jaden Daniels. Did I miss any? I think I got everyone. I think. Okay, if not, I'll check it out later. Let's start with the trash, actually. Or let's just make our way through the quarterbacks right now. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes, nothing really needs to be said. He's top 5. It's pretty straightforward. And then, Aiden O'Connell. Because last year he did have some games where he beat good opponents, but it wasn't really him that beat them. Like, he's not really good either. So I'm just going to say, even though he's pretty much going to be the starter, I think. No, probably Gardner Minshew is going to be. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be the starter over him. So I'm just going to put him at trash because it's like he's not really that good, but he does have spurts of potential. But, not really much to say there. Jalen Hurts, last year had a pretty much of a kind of back tail end of the year. He was not very that efficient and not very that good. So he's still a high-end starter. Don't get me wrong. I think he kind of lost the top 5 mark, especially from the season he had prior to this previous season. But I think that he is going to have a bounce back year this season. But I think right now it would be pretty nice to have him at a high-end starter right now. Geno Smith, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because he does have a good game. He did, I'm pretty sure, end with the season with 4,000 yards. So I think he's still a high-end starter. I'll probably have to put him down in the list a bit. But I don't think he's a game manager necessarily because it's kind of hard to tell whether he's a game manager. He does affect the game a lot. He has good throws. But I'm just going to keep him a high-end starter. I'll change it around if necessary. Drew Lock, backup. He's on the Giants right now, I'm pretty sure, from the Seattle Seahawks. Had a pretty solid, game-winning drive last season, from what I remember, taking over Geno Smith. And, I'm pretty sure he's just a backup. Derek Carr. Wow. He had a kind of a fall from grace a little bit. The Saints wasn't really a good year for him. They kind of forced him to get benched. I'm going to put him in game manager. I think that's pretty solid. It's he's not really a backup, nor is he a high-end starter. Let's leave him a game manager right now. Will Levis, it's kind of hard to tell. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to create... Oh, wait, whoops, that's the wrong way. I'm going to create another row below this. And I'm just going to be needs another year, maybe. Well, sorry, I apologies for the spelling. Needs another year. I'm pretty sure he just goes there because it's really hard to tell with him. He had that moment in the first game when he came in again for Ryan Tannehill where he was actually pretty solid. But ever since he was just he was decent. He didn't really do much. So and it's also the Titans weren't necessarily a team that's doing anything. He did have some pretty good solid moments. He had very good highlights, but or not highlights, high moments. But the lows are lows. What can you really do? Justin Herbert probably. Oh, whoops! One sec. Before I forget that, actually, let's fix this because that makes no sense. Then, yeah. Okay, so I think this is pretty much it. Okay, so where would I put Justin Herbert? All right, I'm gonna keep him in top 5 for now. Wait till the end of this video and see if what happens because I feel like he's borderline top 5, but I think he's for now. I'm gonna keep him a high-end starter. High-end starter because it kind of makes sense because even with the year he had last year, yes, he was sidelined half like majority of the way through the season. But he still had his good moments. He's still a pretty solid quarterback to build around. He's still a very relevant quarterback. So I'm gonna keep him at high end starter for now because it kind of makes sense. He's not very especially the year he was injured. So let's just leave him there for now. Russell Wilson, he's just game manager. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him a game manager for now or like the highest part of game manager because he's like borderline high end starter game manager. Last year was a very, very big bounce back year from the previous season. He did help the Broncos win a game against the Chiefs, and breaking the streak and whatnot. He did have some good games. He was definitely a lot better than he was the previous season. So I'm just gonna leave him a game manager for now. Gardner Minshew, he's gonna be the starter, but I think he's a backup. He's just a notorious backup. He's gonna be good, but he's not anything crazy. Baker, high end starter. I that's pretty self-explanatory. He got his bag this offseason. Well deserved. I'm so happy for Baker. I really liked how the story turned out to be. He got a chance in Tampa, took it, and they even won a playoff game against the Philadelphia Eagles. So what more can you say there? Sam Darnold, game manager. That's really not much to say. He's going to be starting for the Vikings, but he's not very good. Tua, I'm going to leave him at high-end starter for now. I think, let's do this. Top 5, we're going to figure out later, but I think Tua is going to be in the conversation of top 5, but I think he's borderline right now. Josh Allen, I think top 5. It's pretty self-explanatory. He had a decent year, but I think he's in top 5. He has to be top 5 right now, right? Let's start. Stafford. He didn't have necessarily a bad year last year, but he didn't have a great year either. High-end starter. I think his age is starting to show, especially the year that they had last year. He did hit Puka Nacua a lot. He was still effective. Rams still made the playoffs. High-end starter. I think that's pretty fair, to be fair. Kyler Murray, it's tough. I mean, because he came back from injury last year, so I kind of give him a pass. He's still, I guess, they're still building around him too. I think high-end starters, it makes, no, I think, okay, I'm going to keep him all right, what I'm going to do is keep him right here, because it's he's borderline high-end starter. It's just the injury didn't play well to him. And we have to see another year where he was not without an injury. And he didn't really have any weapons either, necessarily to write home about. So, I'm trying to think. I think we could put him lower, high-end starter. I think that's kind of fair. I think Bryce just needs another year. Last year was just a train wreck of a season. This is going to ruffle a lot of feathers because on one end of the spectrum, you have people that say Brock Purdy is a very good quarterback, or he's like a game manager. You have Cam Newton that has, is he a game changer or a game manager, right? It's still, the fact that he took you to an NFC Championship game and a Super Bowl back-to-back seasons, and keep in mind, he does have a good team. No one's saying that he isn't. He has been playing well. He's been living up to the team hype. So, I think he's still a high-end starter. There's no reason for him not to be a high-end starter. I'm probably going to put him above these. I'm probably going to keep him above Stafford because he did have a really solid season last season. So, I think he's a high-end starter. I don't think he's top 5. Jordan Love. Oh, man. If only he was like Aaron Rodgers so I can hate him more. But unfortunately, he's a likable guy. So it's going to be kind of hard to, hate on him necessarily. But, he did win a playoff game in his first season as a starter. But keep in mind, he was in the league for quite a while as Aaron Rodgers' backup through the Green Bay Packers quarterback academy, where they have him in this incubation tank trying to, mold him into the quarterback that they want, every year. So I think high-end starter. I think he's definitely better. I think, let's just keep him here right now. It's only fair to do so. Oh, yeah, Bo Nix is a rookie. I forgot about him. And, I think what most people don't recognize is that I think Bo Nix is going to have a solid season next season because he's going to be the starter, right? I think the Broncos, without expectations, are going to have a solid season with Bo Nix because Sean Payton really wanted Bo Nix in the draft, and he eventually got him. He didn't have to trade up for him either. So one thing that's for certain is that Sean Payton is going to try to get as much of out of the Bo Nix as he did out of Drew Brees, if that makes sense. I think it's going to be a repeat, and I think Bo Nix is going to be a very underdog or underappreciated pick going into the season. I think AR5 needs another year because injury. He's young. He did have a solid season. Like for the games he was playing, did pretty well. Just another year, I think it'll be good. All right, CJ Stroud. He's not high end. I think. All right, I'm gonna keep him. Definitely better than Purdy. Yeah, I don't think Purdy's better than Love necessarily. Okay. I'm gonna keep him. All right, fine. All right, I think this is the list so far, but top 5 is gonna be kind of rough. All right, Deshaun Watson. I really want to put him in trash, but I'm gonna do it. Screw it. He's trash. Yeah, he's washed up. To be fair, except for that game against the Ravens, he wasn't that good. Joe Burrow, without the injuries, he was pretty solid. He beat the 49ers. He had a couple of games until he got hurt again. I think he's still top 5. There's no way you can really say that he's not top 5. Lamar won MVP, so he has to be top 5. I think he needs another year. It's weird. It's like Aaron Rodgers. That I think he just needs another year to really fully gauge it. I think, but he's still better than all of them combined. Let's be really honest. He's still better. Backup. I mean, right now Justin Fields is a backup, but on paper I don't think he is. But right now I'm just gonna put him in backup because he is a backup right now, and I think he's definitely better than Minshew. But anyways, let's get on with it. Dak. Ooh, Dak. Regular season wise, I think he's top 5. I think Dak is top 5, especially for the season he had last season. I don't know. Yeah, it makes sense. He was in the MVP conversation too, so yeah, I think he's top 5. I'm gonna put Lamar. Yeah, I think this is fair. Because, to be fair, yeah, because if you think about it as a quarterback alone, statistically, Dak had a better season than Lamar did. But Lamar won MVP because of his stats and the fact that the Ravens were the best team in the NFL. So it's only fair that he goes in the bot. Anyways, Jared Goff, high-end starter. There's no other way to say it. I'm going to put him right here. CJ, I think I need... is it fair to put him that... I think that... Okay, let's see. Because Jared Goff did go to pretty far. But if we're talking about talent-wise, yeah, then I guess Jared Goff is right here. I do believe that Stafford is better than Jared Goff, talent-wise. Justin Herbert's better than... okay. It's hard. I don't know. It's very difficult, especially coming up with it. Because it's everyone's different in their own way. Because Purdy, is good. But, if you're if we're going to solely base it on, talent, I think it's going to be like that. Trevor, pretty much high-end starter. A lot of high-end starters. Yeah. Daniel Jones. Oh, he's borderline backup, but he's, game manager, too. He's, near trash. It's we have no idea what he is. He's, borderline trash, but... I don't know. I want to say backup. I think that's a fair criticism for him. He's not good, not bad. High-end starter, Kirk Cousins. Maybe from injury, he's not going to be that good, but right, he's still high-end. Okay, let's retool this real quick. All right. So we have Um, let's see. I'm gonna move this down because it's like it doesn't make sense. It's like needs another year in rookie. Okay, let's retool this a bit. Okay, game manager. That's a little less game manager than I thought it was gonna be. Low key, I might move. No, I think this is pretty solid. I think. I mean, let's see. Uh, yeah. I think that this is going to be pretty solid list. Okay, let's check the high-end starters. Top 5 has been pretty much set. High-end starters. I think there's a lot of high-end starters in this league, but I don't think that's the fair criticism to make. Then it loses the value. I think that in that case, Kyler Murray's no, he's not a game manager either. I think Geno Smith has to be a game manager at that point, if that's the case. If Russ is one, then Geno Smith has to be one. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you don't count the rookies, and the thing is, trash-wise, I kind of don't really, like, we could say Daniel Jones is trash. Honestly, I wouldn't be, yeah, I think Daniel Jones is trash. Like, there's no, like, going around. He got hurt, but, like, even the plays that he was doing before, he was not doing that well either. I mean, you can make the argument he doesn't have wide receivers, but I guess we'll have to see this year. But from his play, he's been not pretty. He's not. He's like borderline. I think it's definitely the high end trash. Let's see. Trevor Lawrence is good. I mean, Jalen Hurts is good. Yeah, I think this is a pretty solid list. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this list. I know I've been kind of waffling along. I made some changes here and there, but I think that this list is solid. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'd love to read what you guys have to say. What are your criticisms on this too? Because I'm always open to feedback and your takes on, who is best, who's too high up, who's too low. Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to read what you guys have to say. And again, I want to remind you, please subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by probably this before the season starts, and it would really mean a lot if you guys subscribe. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.